and become the hero that you were destined to be, and claim it. Oh dear! What have you done? What will become of our kingdom now?
Easy, we'll take it. Who wants the responsibility of saving anyone when you could just take it all for yourself and throw a party instead? Are you into those boring real-time strategy games? Course you're not. You're into rage, tears and suffering. Use deep and brutal tactics to destroy all of your enemies and their pets. Make short work of lesser men and then move on to countless other lands. Play with your fellow conquerors across vast distances and different platforms. Enjoy our advanced beard physics engine. Everything looks better with a beard. How about a barbarian? A plant? A princess? Okay, maybe not everything. Fully implemented immersion system. The battlefield feels better than real life. The game features an advanced interface designed to be used with one hand only. The other one is free to hold, whatever you wish. Fun collectibles. Collect the heads of your enemies. You gotta cut them all. Imagine the coolest party ever with flaming shots, cool with sharks in it, truck full of nachos, your own personal metal band. Squeeze it all into a barrel of fun, and that's our game. What is best in life? Fun, challenge, strategy, and to crush your enemies.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie.XSplit showcase. We are here at PAX South 2016. Now, that trailer definitely set a tone right there and then.
I'm glad you like it.
That was a good trailer, man. That was really good in terms of letting you know what this game's all about.
Yeah.
I think that did well. Also, not to ignore the skulls with horns on them in the room.
What do you mean? Oh! Sorry.
They live! How you guys doing? It's lovely to meet you.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. We'll crush your enemies.
Yeah.
This game looks awesome.
Thank you.
How does this game play? That's what we want to know. Because it seems like
we're gonna show it to you.
Is cutting off of the heads.
Yeah. This is one of these games where you cut heads of your enemies when you drink a lot of beer.
Yep.
When you where you can kill hundreds of enemies in a minute. You're not saving any princesses here.
They're saving no one.
You're not throwing any jewelry into a volcano.
That doesn't happen. There's no long walks.
But you know, the world where it all happens is one of those. You know, boring elves, dwarves.
Yeah,
you know the drill.
Yeah.
So we're the barbarians. We're here to make it more interesting. Yes. So. Yeah.
Conquering.
He's tired of conquering. He conquered a lot of beers yesterday, and now his dad asks him to become the next chieftain of their tribe. This is the setup for the story. They are invading this land, and they're led by this father and son duo. While the father is, you know, manly, he has epic chest hair.
Of course,
yeah.
I mean, as do we all.
His son is rather like one of those guys you see around here. He's just a normal dude. He wants to play Warcraft. He wants to play games on his phone. He wants to drink beer, and his father asks him to, you know, lead the men to conquer this land, and that's what we're doing in a game. So the game is like a really simple strategy game, but simple in terms of approachability.
Yes.
And at the same time,
not necessarily simple as in like the depth. Like there's a lot of depth.
Exactly.
To it, so
Exactly. The whole point is to have a real strategy game experience, a real-time strategy game experience, packed into small pill that you can swallow in like 5 minutes and go back to work.
So this is like a quick punch to the face as opposed to a full-blown fight. Like this is going to be a fast, in and out kind of game.
Fast, very intense, but with proper depth. It's not a casual game. it's meant to be played instead of casual games
Okay,
when
so
you
like-
don't have time for bigger titles.
So how does that sort of depth sort of manifest itself? Like, what sort of depth is there to the game beyond like the meaning of the two things?
All right, so this level shows a little bit of it. Here you have archer units that can block the enemy warriors. It's one of the ingredients of the depth in this game, that you have different units with different abilities.
Okay.
And you can use them in many tactical ways, like you can split archers so they can surround the enemy, and it gets more and more complex, but still with very simple controls,
Yeah.
with stages that take only one screen. Later in the game you have units like I've mentioned warriors and archers. You have also just simple peasants who can only recruit. Then you have wizards who can boost the strength of friendly units. You have shield bearers who reflect arrows from the archers. So later in the game you're literally building chains of different groups doing different things around your enemy, so you can outsmart him. But he's doing the same.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
So like you say, the idea of this game is that it's sort of an alternative to a lot of the quick games that you can get out there that haven't really got much depth and are just a sort of simple
Exactly.
distraction. This is something you can actually sink your teeth into over time.
Exactly. The inspiration came from classical RTS games like Warcraft 2. But we're getting old, right? We have our girlfriends, wives, we have our company. We don't have time for Warcraft anymore.
Yeah.
So we wanted to game with similar experience but smaller.
That's nice, man. I'm about to say, did you ever play Cannon Fodder?
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of that in terms of its design.
Yeah, good point. Actually, the animations of death were much inspired by Cannon Fodder.
Yeah.
We even had this task on our task tracking in our task tracking system that said, make Cannon Fodder like animations for death.
Like literally specifically, I want this to be like Cannon Fodder.
I even included the video. Here's how people die in Cannon Fodder. I want this.
I love that
Only
game.
that we have more variations of those.
Yeah, there's quite a lot more blood as well, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty brutal.
So
You're
yeah,
doing good.
this is the sort of, I'm guessing this is the sort of speed that you're going to go through.
Yeah, level after level. Perhaps later they will be a little more. They will require a little more time.
Progress, like you say, that's sort of the depth
But
that you're referring to.
No more than say 10-15 minutes for a level. This one's pretty tough. This level. Just pay attention what happens here, and the AI is pretty smart. They can like. Take for instance those archers.
Yes.
Their special ability is to block the enemy. When you have a group of archers shooting a group of enemies, they are blocked, then they can't move. But AI can sometimes divide one group into two when they are dealing with archers, send one as a bait and the other to get to them, to kick their asses melee style.
So you really do have to be thinking quite tactically when you're playing this game.
Yeah, and AI is doing the same. What's more, if you're bored with AI, if it's becoming too easy for you, you can play with living opponents. We're already working on multiplayer mode.
Nice. That is exactly the next question I was going to ask you. Like, is there going to be any sort of online multiplayer component to this?
There will be. There will be, and it will work cross-platform. Because.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The game will be released on. Let me think. Windows, Mac, Linux.
Gotta get Linux in there.
Why not?
Using it. No, I said you have got to get Linux in there.
We have Linux.
For those Linux is good.
For those 5 people.
Yeah. For us 5 folk at home.
All of them will buy the game. We'll have 100% market share.
Yeah,
on Linux.
you've got all of Linux. Yeah.
We're kidding, please.
Like,
Linux
okay.
guy, we love you. We're making this game work for you on Linux. And yeah, and mobile devices as well.
Nice.
Apple and Android. So you can not only buy the game on your favorite device, but also play against your fella that has some other device, like, you know, standard Android versus Apple.
Oh wow, really? Because there's not that many games that actually do that. Like that will go, you can actually go cross-platform from a mobile device to another one.
Yeah, beer is currency in this game. You're pillaging villages to set up breweries in them and to get a beer, so you can use it to buy some stuff to help you in the battle.
Nice. So instead of establishing bases, you're establishing breweries.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because here in Generia, they are more like...
I love that name, by the way, Generia.
Generia,
that's nice.
The land of Generia.
Yeah.
Here they are more like a, you know, wine sippers. And our barbarians are hardcore beer gobblers. So when they invade, they feel kind of pity about those.
What's this chicken doing?
It's not a chicken. Look closely. It's an inflated, naked barbarian doll.
Nice.
Like, you know, like a fat guy with a beard.
Yeah, no, I can see. Yeah.
And it draws attention of the enemy and also can take the fields. It's worth noticing that you can move only on your fields.
Yeah.
You can't freely go to those green ones nor those like grey ones. So you can one by one you have to take them, and this rubber barbarian is one of the items that can help you doing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's like this sort of. These seem to be the sort of beginning levels as you go through.
This one is somewhere later in the game.
Okay, so this is going to be presumably a lot more of a tactical affair in terms of what you're doing.
Yeah, but there are different levels. Some feel more like a puzzle, and some more like a regular tactical battle between, you know, two equal forces.
Yeah. Nice. And is there, like you're saying, we've seen like the sort of melee people and archers. Are there more sort of troop variations?
Could you?
Oh yeah, no problem. Are there more like different types of people that are fighting out there? Like that, you've got archers, you've got melee people.
Yeah, I've mentioned most of those. I think I don't remember if I mentioned scouts.
Oh no, okay.
Scouts, they are moving much faster, but they are very wimpy, so you know, they can take fields quickly, but if the enemy notices that, he can kick their asses.
Nice.
We have wizards that boost enemy units. Maybe we can play some level with wizards later.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be quite cool to see those guys in
Yeah.
action.
It's pretty fun playing with wizards, and the thing is, with each unit type the game changes, because it brings more combinations between different units.
Yeah.
So, for example, you can think that with archers you're pretty tough. You can block even a huge group of warriors, but then shield bearers are introduced, and then suddenly archers are not so badass, because they might be against warriors, but against shield bearers, not so good.
Yeah. Okay, so like you said, there's definitely a lot of, and that seemed to be your thing, that there's a lot of depth going into it later on.
I think so. I honestly, at first, we tried to show this game to more casual gamers, and at the same time to fans of strategies. And by far, the strategy fans were in love in this game compared to those casual gamers who liked it, but not that much. It still can be played by not hardcore gamers, but by, you know, your girlfriend, your mom, because of the approachability.
So are you looking to make this game accessible to like more people?
Yeah,
like
it's
that,
accessible.
Not just necessarily the people that play games all the time.
Yeah, it's accessible. Everyone can start playing it, but there's most interesting things are there for players who are into strategy games.
Yeah.
Like we call it mid-core players. We sometimes joke that it is a game for retired strategy gamers who love those games, but haven't
got the time
so
much anymore. Yeah. Okay. I'm noticing you got a giant snail attacking you now.
Oh yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the bosses. We have those weird
Oh, nice. So there
boss
are
battles.
boss battles and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
it's one of those. This snail, he's nobody's friend. He's trying to attack.
This is the snail who is nobody's friend.
Just
The
look
snail
at him.
who is nobody's friend.
Is
It's
it
sad time.
is it a friendly face?
It's not. I'll be honest. That does not look like a snail that's going to have lots of buddies. You know.
Yeah, bashing with his head through corpses of you and your enemies.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Also, at the same time you're being attacked by a boss, you are being attacked by enemies.
Yes,
So you've got
it's a
sort of two
it's a
fronts
tough
that you're
level.
playing on.
It's a tough level. The snail moves randomly, but also you can lure him to eat your troops. You can create chains of small groups to lead him to do the most damage to the enemy and not to you.
Oh, no. Okay, so
So
yeah, you
there are
can then
different
get the
tricks
boss
to-
and get him to attack
Yeah.
the other team.
There's even a way to move him to where the most of enemies are and destroy all of his base.
Before we wrap any of this up, if we could see some of the stuff with the wizards and stuff when we get into
Yeah.
that. We don't have to leave this immediately. We want to see the boss battle, but
All right.
if we
And
got,
then
if we
let's
got
bring some wizards.
And I don't want to let people not see the wizards because they've been built up quite a bit through this whole thing.
Yeah.
You got to see a wizard at the end of the day.
Yeah, but on the barbarian side, they are not called wizards, but shamans, right? They are not like old men in togas.
Yeah.
They are more badass, like Rob Zombie wizard style.
You know, Rob Zombie, the wizard.
Yeah, the famous wizard.
Alan Moore ran out on the field. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, that sort of wizard, Alan Moore.
In the story, we have one of those shamans, you know, taking part in all of the events.
Yeah.
And he was modeled after Alan Moore.
Have you heard the story of how Alan Moore decided that he would become a wizard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. Just he had,
But
it was like his 50th birthday party or something, and he
I'm
got
gonna
really
be a
drunk.
wizard.
That was it, and he was just like,
Yeah.
I guess I gotta be a wizard now. And then that
Yeah.
was it. Now he's a wizard.
Yes.
I love that.
A huge inspiration for our character.
Yeah,
Actually, we wanted him to be like a child of Alan Moore and Rasputin.
Nice. Combine the two.
Yeah.
You have the wizard.
Yes. So let's go for the wizards.
Yeah, let's have a look at this wizard.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about him.
Find the wizards.
You gotta find him. Yeah. Sorry,
so
go
in
ahead.
the meantime, maybe a word about our studio.
Yes, so that's it. How many of
because
you are
it's
there?
excuse me.
How many of you are there?
7, but
Okay.
not all of those work on this game. For this game, it's 4, right? Not count. 4.5. Not counting, you know, all the outsource.
Yeah.
Yeah, including our brilliant composer Marcin Przybyłowicz.
I was
who
gonna say the
Yeah.
score in this is really nice.
Yeah, he made the music for The Witcher.
Wow.
It's
okay.
the same guy. Like you know,
Nice.
he has shelf this big with different awards for the soundtrack,
Yeah.
and I hope he gonna have
Gonna add one little more
tiny
for Crush
more.
Your Enemies.
Yeah,
Up there.
maybe for the best soundtrack for a barbaric game.
Yeah, for a barbarian strategy game.
In a particular month, or
Yeah.
a particular year.
In Poland.
In Poland.
Really. Yeah, you've won that award. Yeah, nice, man. That's a big pedigree to come with as
Oh.
well.
Yeah, it's another complication later in the game.
Okay.
A simple take on resource management. You can kill the pigs and chop the trees. Here you can't just build a building right away. You have to have resources. You have to feed your men.
Oh, okay, so
But
that is another element
Yeah.
of the depth of the strategy that you're trying to bring
Yeah,
into this.
but the controls don't change at all.
No, that's good.
Just the types of those tiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see how those wizards, not now because Grzesiek doesn't. Yeah, the wizards are boosting those archers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're now going to deal more damage and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
Okay.
And you can make, you know, like chains with those wizards because they boost all of the units around them.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's not that easy to position them in the best way.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so they seem to do
You're
some pretty
losing.
cool stuff.
It's one of the toughest levels.
I like you just like, you're losing.
Yeah.
This is not going well.
Easier level for. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying we're going to run
Maybe
out of time soon, so...
Oh, too bad.
I guess you don't want to end on a loss, so we'll do one more.
We have so much to talk about.
See if you can do it.
Yeah.
Nice, okay. I mean, this seems to be going well.
And
a lot of your guys seem to be getting a
and
lot
we
of
have
arrows right there.
This is this kind of chain, right? With the wizards improving the... Yeah. Hi, Nigel.
Yeah.
Improving the strength of the guys around.
That's nice.
But still I'm losing. Huh. Yeah, let's try again.
And
let's try
again. He's quitting out again because
It's
he
a
doesn't want to
stressful
win.
situation, man. It's not the way you'll be playing
this
game.
is now your last try.
All right.
I'm giving you that. If you don't win on this one,
I will.
Yeah.
I promise you.
okay.
Yeah.
We've got a promise. He's going to win.
So a fun fact in the meantime. The last game we worked on in a previous company for 11-bit studios was called This War of Mine. If you know this,
I know this one, man. That's a
so
brilliant game.
It's
This is quite a different game.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
The very inception of this game was about having some time off from This War of Mine.
Yeah, because that is a very heavy story.
It was a heavy project to work on, a great one, but it was a huge emotional investment.
Yeah.
So this game was at first being done as a way to have a break from this war of mine.
No,
So
that's and this is definitely like you say, you've gone for just fun.
yeah,
Like you want this to just be fun, casual. You can just go in and out. It's got the depth to keep you hooked.
Yeah.
And you are just enjoying yourself.
That's what's beautiful in video games, man.
Yeah.
You have like games that make you feel, make you think,
Well, yeah,
makes you
100%.
invest all of your
won.
emotions. And
Hey, you won! Bravo,
At
sir.
last.
Good work. At last. He's done quite well for this whole thing. That was the first time I saw him lose.
Yeah.
I think you did quite well, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. You can go from something like this War of Mine straight into something like this.
Yeah.
That's kind of, like you say, that's kind of the beauty of video games, that you can go from
Exactly.
one to the other, and you can express so much through this medium. Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah, even a love for beer. Why not?
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Where can people
It was
find
a
out
pleasure.
more about the game? Like, where can they go to online?
Just Google it, man.
That's the best response I've had so far. Where can people find them on? Just Google it.
You know what?
Do you not know the internet?
I have a better idea. Find the game's Steam page.
Yes.
And
Just
add it to
type
wishlist.
Crush Your Enemies and add it to your wishlist.
Boom.
Right now. Do it, man.
Immediately. You can
Yeah.
do that. Even the people on the show floor
Or
right
we'll
now
crush
can
you.
do that.
Yeah.
You got Steam apps. You can just buy stuff. Do that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. This is an awesome game. Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
Thanks.
you.
It
Been
was
a lot
great.
of fun. Yeah, we got more games coming up soon here on the Indie.Xplit Showcase. So do stick around. We'll be back very soon with more fun games. Ain't that good? Yes, it is. See you in a bit.
Thank you.